Hello, this is Jason for BodMod 101, and I want to give a quick thanks to everybody at BodMod 101 for letting me be a bigger part of this channel, especially Bullet, who has suggested that I share Thursday with her. I am very thankful and more excited, and just you all have no idea how much it means to me to be a part of this program. That being said, I also want to thank the subscribers and the people who watch my videos that give me positive feedback, any feedback, comments in general, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care. I love it all. So I love the engagement, and I hope for more of that in the future. So if you like my videos, you like my opinion, please engage me. Write a comment, good or bad. I don't mind. So that being said, I want to jump right into the topic. This week, the topic is body modification in the media, whether it be movies, television, books, comic books, magazines, and how the media portrays body modification, tattoos, piercings, etc., etc. For the most part, generally speaking, it is in a negative light. A lot of times villains in movies have tattoos, not always the head guy, not always the boss villain, but like the second to highest guy in the movie will sometimes be cracking skulls and breaking necks and backs and other various body parts that are important to one's being. He usually has tattoos or some sort of, body modification. This isn't always the case, but, I can think of a handful of movies off the top of my head where that is the case. The Dragon, Hannibal Lecter, Cape Fear, Robert De Niro had those scales on his chest and all the Bible verses. In Elektra, there was that one tattooed guy where his tattoos came to life and they hunted down people. These are just a couple. There's tons of examples of tattoos in the media that are portrayed by actors as villainous people in general. So that being said, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm not against it. I actually love it. And hear me out on this. Don't jump to any conclusions, because I have a reason for it. The media focuses on what is negative. That's what the media does. If you watch the news, that's what it does. That's what we like. It's a human condition to want to see the wreck at the side of the road. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying you are this way or I am this way, but generally speaking, us humans, we like what is morbid. There's a fascination in our culture with death. There's a fascination with, the macabre. I dig it. I'm not against it. I think it's good to know one's darkness and one's dark side of the soul in order to not have it suppressed to the point of having it express itself in really negative ways. So, it's a good thing. I don't always think that it should be always the case, and I wish there was more positive portrayals of people with tattoos and piercings, and that is changing somewhat. I'm seeing it more in comic books and books in general. For instance, I think the name of the author, Stieg Larsson, he did the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Played with Fire, The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Great books. I recommend anybody read those books. They're awesome. That girl was badass. She was a hacker, a boxer. She had a rough life and overcame a lot of things that people would not believe. I mean, yes, it's a fiction story, but we're kind of talking about that a little bit here, so bear with me. She had tattoos. They were explained in detail why she had the tattoos. She even got one of them removed in the book. It wasn't necessarily portrayed in a negative way. A lot of new superheroes and comic book heroes in general are more anti-heroes. They're kind of dark heroes that they're a little rough around the edges, and they have body modification. They're not always bad. They're not always good. They're kind of halfway in between. Just like us humans, a lot of us aren't neither bad nor good. We're just kind of trying to figure it out. I've been at that point in my life. So that being said, I'm not against villains being portrayed in movies with tattoos. I enjoy it. It's an opportunity. It's a positive thing. You can take the negative of what they want to program people to believe and use it as an opportunity to break down the paradigm of belief structures into something cracked right in half and change the way people perceive reality. Use it as magic. Use their magic against them. That's kind of the way I look at it. I mean, and when I go out in public, I am mindful of what my words are, my expressions even, my attitude, and how I treat my fellow humans, because I know that I'm going to be remembered, and I know that they've been programmed somewhat to fear and to distrust people with heavy modifications. So That is why I go out of my way to be nice and be a good person, and not just because I'm, worried about what they think, but because I really want to be a good person. So that being said, art imitates life and life imitates art, not to use an old cliche, but it's true. There are a lot of negative things associated with body modification throughout history, and I'll give you a few examples. The Yakuza, full body suits. The Yakuza Mafia in Japan, bad-ass mofos. I mean, those guys were tough. They would take razor blades and they would shove them under their skin and their forearm, let it heal over, so when they got incarcerated, they could pop those things out and have an instant shiv. Look at the history of gangs. Most gangs had, not most gangs, a lot of gangs had tattoos that would be associated as their gang affiliation, symbols and signs, so they would know they were part of whatever chapter. Or biker gangs had this. All different types of gangs, from East Coast to West Coast, had tattoos to symbolize their affiliation. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, sometimes the media focuses on negative things, but that's somewhat a reality sometimes. I mean, people that are incarcerated for many years get heavily tattooed. They're not good people a lot of times. They're bad people. I've worked in 3 different tattoo shops. Like Brianna said in one of the earlier videos this week, yes, some of the nicest, softest, gentlest, kindest people I've met have a lot of body modification, but on the other spectrum, some of the meanest, wickedest, nastiest people I've met also have been heavily modified. So you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't say one way or the other, because in the end, this is very important to me, and it is my life, it is my journey. But this is just a display case. What really matters is what's in here. And you can't tell that by looking at somebody's face, or looking at somebody's earlobe, or looking at somebody's lip, or looking at anything on them, even in their eyes. Wickedness lies deep in the heart. And only one who has looked inside oneself can tell you, truly what they are in their actions and not their words. So what I'm trying to say, not trying to get all philosophical, is that it's an opportunity. I don't think it's bad. I kind of enjoy it. I really enjoyed Iron Man 2, Mickey Rourke. I love that character. I thought his tattoos were awesome. And his character in the movie he was locked up in prison, in a Russian prison for, 20 years or whatever, and that's how he got all his tattoos. I love the nautical stars. I don't know. On to a different topic, related. Tattoos and rebellion, because Brianna brought this up. I thought a lot about it this week, too. Yes, I didn't get my tattoos necessarily out of rebellion, but there was part of me that did. I mean, and this is my point, is that, yes, rebellion can be bad, but rebellion can be awesome if you're rebelling against things that are stupid. There's a lot of things in the world that did not make sense to me when I was younger. I didn't want to wear a business suit and work in a cubicle. I didn't want to be another nameless, brick in the wall, as Pink Floyd said. That wasn't my path. I knew it wasn't. And so I rebelled against our culture and being pigeonholed and being forced into a mold when I wasn't such a being that could be forced into a mold. So in that way, yes, I am a rebel, and I do rebel against those things that I find unusable for me in my life, in my philosophy, and my journey. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think rebellion is a bad thing at all. I think it's a good thing. So that's how I feel about body modification in the media. I don't know if I talked about comic books a little bit. Comic books they've changed a little bit. I think I did talk about that. Also, movie stars and celebrities in general. This brings me back to the point of whether having body modification is a negative or makes you seem like a bad dude or whatever. There are some dudes out there that are pretty bad that are modified. Look at The Rock. I mean, that guy is huge. Not only has he modified himself with tattoos, but he's weightlifted probably for 2 decades. So the guy, I wouldn't want to make The Rock mad. I mean, he probably could crush my head like a grape. The dude's bad. I don't want to get into any controversy about Mike Tyson, but when he was in his prime, he had one bad uppercut. I mean, that guy was a bad dude. He put a tattoo, everybody knows about the Mike Tyson tattoo, thanks to The Hangover. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's cool. I mean, who does not deny the fact that Johnny Depp is pretty cool? His tattoos are odes to his family, whether it's his son or different people in his family, and I think that's pretty cool. I think celebrities are getting more body modification because it's becoming more of an accepted thing, which is a good thing. So I know this video's gone on for 10 minutes, and thank you if you've stuck to the end. I do tend to be a little long-winded, but I feel strongly about these things, and it's hard for me to sum up what I feel in just, 3 or 4 minutes sometimes. So thank you for being patient. That's how I feel. If you disagree with me, let me hear why. I'm not the be-all and end-all of anything. I'm still learning what I believe in. I most likely will change my mind in the future. I hope to discover more about the world and about my philosophy and about everybody that makes me change my mind. If you disagree with me, tell me why. Give me some good reasons. Please comment down below. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you all for your patience, and I love you all, everyone in this world. I hope that you have a wonderful life. Do away with the negativity, embrace the positivity, and just, enjoy life. You never know when it's going to be over.